I found it interesting that one thing that you said was like parents. What was it? You said like a hockey family is a crazy family.
Jeez, you don't want to start calling people crazy.
No.
So now this is the downfall of everything I've created.
All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Day in the Life podcast. Today on a new episode, we have a trainer, a hockey trainer to be specific. He reached out to us. He was very interested. His name's Leo. Present yourself.
So now, guys, my name is Coach Leo, and I'm the owner and head coach of Megalodon Elite Hockey.
Okay. So tell them a bit. What do you do and like what you cover in?
We do training, right? So anything on ice training, off ice training, anything revolving the hockey world.
Mm-hmm.
You come to me. You know, you want to get better. You want to hit that level of. You want to hit that next level. You come to me.
How have you been doing this for a long time? Like specifically?
So I started training guys for going on probably 6 years now.
Okay.
Started my own thing about in 2020, so not even 5 years yet.
Oh shit. So let's take it back to the beginning. Like hockey. When did you start playing hockey?
Hockey, I started playing. My dad put me in hockey. Actually late. I was probably 6, 7 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's considered late. That's
Honestly, what these days, based on the kids I train, I train some 3-year-old kids, and like they will lift the puck and shoot the puck. Honestly, bro, it's something crazy. I freak out. So
okay. But did you play any other sports or?
yeah, so I used to play soccer. Pretty much it. Played soccer for a little bit. Was a goalie. I made the news.
Oh yeah.
Being the worst goalie ever.
No way.
Swear to God.
I can elaborate on that.
So I used to play for the DDO. I forget what they're called. Anyways, the Dragons or something like that. Yeah,
The Dragons.
and my dad's like, "Look, you made the article." So it was like, you know, like a type of A for effort type of article.
Yeah.
Like Leo, Mihalo, that's 10 goals in, but he did really good. And like, so I got exposed on the West Island pretty much.
So let's scratch hockey. Let's scratch
Soccer. Yeah, we're not talking about soccer.
scratch soccer. But for hockey, where did you start? Where did you play? Did you play like civil with the city, or did you?
Yeah, so I played city hockey DDO growing up. I'm a West Island boy.
Okay.
Hockey family. My dad played hockey. No, my dad didn't play at the highest level, but you know, his dream for me was to obviously pursue his unfinished business, right?
There, yeah.
So I did play at level. I played juniors. I played actually highest level I played was I went to Europe for D2 pro. Lasted about 3 days. Got homesick. Came home.
Day 2, you said?
Day 2.
Fun.
Homesick. Came home. But look, I can't complain, man. Like I think I'm a big believer in God's plan.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy the way things are going right now, and I really can't complain.
And so how old? Wait, how you said you were 7? You said you were when you started. You were 7, right?
So I played. I was about 7 years old, and I actually hated hockey. My dad used to have to drag me. Yeah. The beatings I used to get to come to hockey, you have no idea.
Why was it? Was it because like you wanted to do another sport, or like you were really into that? Like
I don't know. Maybe just my brain. My brain's like a ping pong machine. So I was a troubled kid, man. So I don't know. I used to whatever yes means no, no means yes. I'll do the opposite. So you want to go to hockey? No. Okay, we're going. Then I'd freak out. But like, you know, once I came to the rink and I was on the ice,
yeah,
my passion, love for the game is something that there's no words for it.
Okay. And when you went to school, what school did you go to?
School.
Yeah.
You're asking for a lot now. School.
Mainly high school. And I'm asking because, like, I don't know if you saw our first episode, like with Mason. He said he went to school, like it was sport études, like really mainly focused on that. Did you ever do that program, or you mainly played like?
No. So I left. I went to St. Thomas, grade 7. Then after that, I went to BHS for about 2 years.
Okay.
And then I left for hockey actually in grade 9.
Okay.
I went to Nova Scotia, played for a team out there for a little bit. And then, yeah, man, hockey's taken me very long. It's taking me to Europe. It's taking me to Ontario. It's taking me to Nova Scotia. It's taking me a lot of places. So,
okay.
US.
Okay. But yeah, and while you were throughout your career, did you ever like have any like injuries that like had your career being like reconsidering it or anything?
Yeah, so my biggest injury is probably actually my AC joint, my shoulder. Nothing too crazy. Actually, my first contact game ever.
Okay.
Thinking like it's same hockey.
Yeah.
I go in the board, some massive guy like 6'5" just hammers me down, popped my shoulder out. And that was pretty much the only serious injury I ever had.
Yeah.
Besides that, knock on wood, nothing really too.
But is that like the main? Why is it always shoulder? What's like the most main like common injury? Because my friend also when he played, him too, it was like a shoulder.
More shoulder just because of the collarbone, because of contact.
Okay.
You know, if you're not working out, you're not built. You don't got that build of a hockey player. A lot of times, what happens is you're gonna get hurt. Or big guys, the higher level you play, the faster the game gets, the better the players get, the stronger they get. If you're not keeping up to par with that, you're gonna get smoked.
And you, when you were younger, when I see you on the ice, I don't know, it's because we're seeing like a bunch of kids, but you look mad tall. Even with like the other trainer, you look like super tall. Like how tall are you with
6'2"?
With the skates? Oh shit.
Let's go with skates. Add 3 inches, so probably 6'5". Yeah,
6'5". But when you went overseas, did like you become more? Was that more of an average height? Like there's guys on.
So honestly, it depends. Like out in Sweden, the guys aren't too big, but like there was a guy on the team 6'9", 6'7", 6'6", and I'm sitting there like little. I was like 17 at the time. I'm like, oh, what's going on? They don't even speak a lick of English.
Oh yeah.
You know, funny enough, I got dropped off at the airport. The guy picks me up. Goes, here's your keys. He goes, here's a pack of sausages. The most random thing ever, a pack of sausage, like these Swedish sausages. I couldn't even tell you. No oil, just a pan, he goes. And they give me the keys. He goes, I practice 7 a.m. tomorrow. All right.
Damn.
You know, so I think that was part of the experience there. It wasn't too...
It didn't connect.
But you are a person a lot longer than what you are a hockey player. So I think it was probably one of the smartest decisions I ever made.
Yeah, for you leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think, was it like coaching that you mainly found it wasn't like you didn't connect with? Was it like the players? Wasn't that serious?
Look, you know, I never admitted it until I started coaching. But my dream from a kid, always had the dream about, most kids have this dream about playing the NHL and being that NHL player.
Yeah.
My dream when I looked myself in the mirror was locker room talk.
Yeah.
The coach. So it's funny how life goes sometimes, you know?
I feel that's great. I like that you have that mindset because I feel like it's really important. Even me growing up, the coaches we had, and like, I feel like it builds you up so much, like as a young kid.
Yeah.
And also it helps, like, not even just sports. Like me, I played football. You know that I play with your friend, and it helps so much with me outside life, like taking decisions, like not
sports.
even just the sport, you know, like not even just even if it's focused in hockey, like with everything else in life, it helps so much.
I think sports are like, especially hockey, football, sports like that, where, you know, coaches are honest 24/7. Football is even worse than hockey, actually.
Okay.
I feel like sports like that just they shape you to become a man. You know, it's like a second father figure.
So getting into training, at what age would you say did you like? Was it when you left Europe, or like
try to start to train kids?
Yeah. And did you listen to that idea, or?
Yeah. So this is actually the craziest. It's actually a funny story.
Yeah. Go for it.
So you know, for advertising purposes, I'm not gonna say his name or who it is, but he's actually one of my competitors now.
Okay.
So he used to work here. So at Mihalo Performance, this is the arena. They have their own program, and then we have those outside private coaches like myself.
Okay.
That bring on their own program as well inside the arena. But together we're all one team, right? Yeah. At the end of the day.
Of course.
So there's one coach. We're working out. We're at the gym. We should train at this gym all together. And long story short, he has a call from his boss, which is actually the guy who owns the arena now. And he goes, hey, I'm stuck. Can you come work today?
Okay.
He needed a coach to do a session on the ice.
Okay.
So he goes, no, sorry, I can't. I'm on the ice in an hour, because you know, at the time they're still playing. And so he asked one of his friends, and his friend goes, I can't either. So then, long story short, he goes, hey, Leo, can you do the session?
At that time, were you a trainer?
At that time, I was like 17, 18.
Okay.
So he goes, hey, can you do the session? So all of a sudden, I say, okay, no problem. So I come in here. Like me, I always wear my socks, flops,
yeah,
you know, socks in the tucked in, and I walk in the ice, and I meet the guy, the boss of the arena, and my friend gets a call, like, who's this animal you sent? I used to go, I was smashing six on a wall, screaming, going crazy. Anyway, so that's how I got started. That was my first session. Then I didn't talk to the guy for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
The owner here.
Okay.
And then same situation, we're training again. The guy's stuck again. And then this time my buddy asked my other friend to go do it. He's like, look, I don't want to get in trouble at work. He's like, I'm going to send you my other friend, because obviously Leo's a little bit too crazy for this industry, he's a little messed up. So so he goes, okay. So he calls a friend again. That guy can't do it either. So obviously me, I have to come back and do it again. So long story short, the rest is all kind of history on how I really got started. That was how I really got my feet wet in the industry.
Okay.
I fell in love with it. I started working with the guy over here, and then eventually I think I just outgrew the system a little bit.
Okay, so at first it wasn't really like private, like you said. Did you?
Yeah, so I used to work for the program over here.
Okay.
And it's been a bumpy road. Well, like, I don't know what you got planned for this podcast. I don't want to spill all the beans right away, but and that's kind of
go freely, go speak as you want. Like
that's really how I got my feet wet. And funny enough, we're talking about the other day. He goes, my biggest mistake was letting Leo come in this arena.
Oh, why?
Because now we're in the same industry. We're not the owner of the facility.
Competitor.
I like buddy.
Yeah.
He's like, I created, like, when they say, like, be careful, he's like, I created, like, this is my fault. Yeah. And then, and now we're in competition, and like, I always say hard work will the person who works the hardest, the person who puts in the most hours, the person who's goes to bed late at night, that guy who's staying up, like I always say, I'm a big believer in the grind. I say, you grind, you're gonna get the results. It's people think I'm twisted for it, but it's good. It all pays off.
No, but I see, like, there's a lot of passion behind, like, when you say this stuff. Do you feel like it helped you a lot having that person? Like, when you came in here, you kind of had that
inner me.
Yeah, and there's someone next to you that's like doing a trainer. Like, you wanted to be the best in this arena. Did you have that mind?
Yeah. So there was another trainer. He actually moved to Florida now.
Okay.
So I was working with him for a little bit. Long story, he ended up getting up and leaving to Florida during COVID. And I'm not a big believer in timing, but I also am a big believer that, looking back at it now, timing is everything too.
Absolutely.
I think, like, with him leaving to Florida, it opened up a lot of opportunity, a lot of doors. And I just happened to be the guy to see that opportunity and to just jump on it. And I don't take it for granted either. I really just saw the opportunity. I jumped. And then
So was it like after your first or second visit, like you were like, yo, I like this? Like,
so I was 20 years old, so COVID hit, so hockey was done. I was done playing. I mean, I was going to go play University CIS a little bit, and then school was never for me, really. I had offers in Europe. I started working here. Like I said, I fell in love with it, passion of coaching, and I said, you know what? I said, I'm willing to risk my whole career, put that aside, training kids. I keep focusing on growing this, and I think in the long run, if everything goes well, staying humble, head down, and just work.
Yeah.
There's that chance that it could work out.
I like that. It's it's like, it's unselfish, you're thinking, you're spreading like your energy, like the good vibe.
Because a lot of us, when we're playing, we're stuck in a dream. You're playing, you're in a constant motion of, I'm going to sound like you're like a sheep. You're like, like when you're playing, you're like, you're going like, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it. And you're getting older, 17, no NHL teams yet, 18, no 19. I got buddies that are playing Europe now, Division 3. It's not about the money, but at the end of the day, like, you got to survive.
Absolutely.
And they're making like $3,000 every 2 months. I don't know.
Damn.
Look, for people, we're young, we're getting older now. I'm turning 25 in July. A 25-year-old living by himself, downtown Montreal. I don't know what $3,000, $1,500 a month is gonna get you.
Living.
I don't know.
Not much.
You're gonna live in a hole.
Yeah.
What are you gonna eat? I don't know. Also, you gotta think about these. Like, you gotta think about life. Going back to what I said, you're a person a lot longer than what you are hockey.
Exactly. Well, at that point, you're like, you want to be a trainer. Were you already a full-time trainer? At that time, you were doing other things, or you were focused on the kids?
It's been a bumpy ride.
Okay.
And only recently things have started to get smoother.
Okay.
There's a the hockey training side of things. You know, I went through a lot these past 4 years.
Okay.
You know, from just rookie mistakes of starting your own business or whatever you want to call it, such as ego, having a big ego that will destroy you in freaking
Anything.
anything. You know, not staying humble, thinking that everyone owes you something. You know, and funny enough, the owner of the arena, you know, we're on very good terms now. We get along, we work together.
That's good.
When I first started, he said, "Learn your stripes. You want to get 40 hours of ice a week here? Show me that you deserve it. Don't come in here starting fights with other trainers. Don't come in here talking bad about other people. Don't come in here thinking that I owe you the world."
As if you're already some, yeah.
At the end of the day, just like a restaurant, they can find another buzzboy.
Absolutely.
So if you think that he can't find another coach to fill those hours of ice, especially with the hockey industry, how fast it's growing.
Yeah.
Growing at an incredible pace. You have no idea. Like I said, you're crazy if you think you're not replaceable in any industry, any job.
Yeah. Even everywhere.
So,
Unless
also,
you start your own thing, yeah.
and you know, this is such a unique facility. You know, I'm sure you guys have seen
We
it.
came here, man. It was beautiful. We weren't expecting this. We came here. At first, we were just expecting like a little ice. But with everything, with the gym on the side and stuff, I feel like it's even good for the kids, man. They see this super nice facility. It's sophisticated, man.
Yeah, I think what we lacked before, which what's helping me have a little bit more success now versus before is I used to be all for me.
Okay.
Versus now I'm like, all right, you're gonna help me, I'm gonna help you. Like for example, this is the first summer now where I sat down with the guys and I was like, look, let's do a couple camps together. I'm gonna do my own camps. I'm gonna do some camps for you to make you a little bit of money as well.
Okay.
So I believe teamwork in the long run is what creates a strong partnership, and you know.
Absolutely. Because like you said, how many trainers are there here? Like
Right now, I'm not sure their team. I don't know really how many guys they have. I myself, I have a team of 3 guys,
okay,
including me. So we're small, but like I said, we're growing, and
yeah,
we're really focusing on right now. I'm just focusing on putting the hours, putting the time, and just people say, "Oh, you need a break, you need a break." But if you know me, I don't believe in breaks.
That doesn't.
I'm not there yet. Like 10-hour days for me is a good day.
I agree.
You know, like on a weekend, if I'm grinding 10 hours on the ice, for me, I'm like, man, what a day. And you know what? Like tomorrow morning, I have a couple sessions, and I'm training 2 of the kids for free. But you know, the fact that I'm able to satisfy those 2 clients, that's the stage where I'm at mentally. We're just keeping people happy and just trying to grow.
Okay. And are you constantly taking new kids? How does that work? Are your doors always open?
Yeah, for sure. I think doors open to everyone. I train all kids.
Okay.
You know, like I said, I do have my other guys now, so the kids kind of like a learn to skate. I focus more me personally. I try to do a little bit more advanced kids now, just because the learn to skates. Honestly, I don't have the patience for it anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't. I used to. I just don't. I go mentally. I bite my lip internally. I go crazy. I'm not there anymore mentally.
No. I agree. I feel like it takes, like, if you've grown from there, man, it takes a lot. Like, because it's at the beginning, and even me, I don't know how to skate, and I feel like it would take someone, like, it might take some time, man. Like, even just breaking, like, you could probably tell someone, okay, just do it like this. It's, like, hard to explain the simpler way, but you probably navigate, like, the complex things.
Yeah, so
that's so much better.
I do believe, sorry to cut you off.
No worries.
I do believe that the biggest thing to being a good coach is being able to get challenged and come out on top. So what do I mean by that is, all right, I'm going to have a mixed group class today with kids that are really good, kids that aren't too good.
Okay.
I got to come up with a drill that's going to benefit both kids.
Okay.
Not going to slow down the pace of the practice. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when you see who's a good coach and who's a great coach.
Okay. And for the ages, do you mix them up, all types of ages? How do you separate them?
So it normally goes by, say, so in hockey, you have your MAG program, then you have your novice, add-in, peewee, and then midget, and then juniors.
Okay.
So I try to do like 2 years. So like, say you have like 9, 10-year-olds, 11, 12-year-olds, 5, 6-year-olds, 4, 5-year-olds. That way, every 2 years they're together, you know?
But yeah, so we'll dive into training a bit, because me, I don't know much about really ice skating and what it takes to become like. There's definitely all types of different ways to skate. So what do you focus on? What do you try to train for the kids that, like, let's say they learned the basics? What else could they expand to become way better?
For me, man, it's really like I said, when you're coming to me, you come with a big bad shark. That's what the kids call me.
The big back truck?
The big bad shark.
Yeah.
It sounds cheesy as hell, and I hate it.
Yeah.
But it goes back to even my name, the Megalodon. The Megalodon was the biggest shark to ever live in the ocean.
I like that.
So my image is that I'm going to be the biggest and the best thing to ever exist in hockey. Sounds extremely unhumble, but
It's
that's
good.
just my philosophy behind it. So what was your question? But sorry,
No, it's mainly like, give us, like, let's say I'm a new kid. I know I come here. I know how to, like, the basics, like I could skate, turn, or whatever. Do you train them, like, to play on a team, to, like, just know how to skate, like, basics? So
I recently partnered up with a couple of spring programs, and I don't want to dive too much into it because I'm going to save for 3 hours trying to explain it to you.
no worries.
You're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. So the Clever Young Kings and the Cold Clever Super League Quebec. This is a spring program which I recently partnered up with,
Yep.
and we work on developing kids. And so our goal is to help them develop to get to the next level, eventually to get to that Adam AA, AAA status.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of have like our own little circle of kids. They stay in our circle for 4 to 5 years,
Okay.
and they graduate and go on to the next level.
Okay.
But I mean, when you're coming to me at the end of the day, you're coming to, that's a very small portion of my business.
Mm-hmm.
I focus on all the kids.
Okay.
I'm a big believer, you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Mm-hmm.
So you come to me, you know, you're going to yell at.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you to move your feet. You're going to become, I say it, I build machines, and my recipe works.
Mm-hmm.
And I've proven it over and over again, and I'm confident. I used to be, scared to speak like that, but now I can say that I've never had a single kid not at his level.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to dial into that, because I was even, like I said, I was surprised to see how you speak with the kids.
Yeah.
Was it hard getting into that and getting comfortable speaking like that? Or did the parents, sometimes they see you speaking like that? Some of them are like, do they like it? Some of them, are they more like afraid?
So hockey parents are crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Hockey parents are crazy. And once you're part of the hockey world, you quickly realize that hockey parents are crazy. And when I started coaching, I couldn't believe what I was witnessing, to be honest with you. But I slowly adapted. Now, going back to my style, there is a fine line between yelling and coaching.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started, like I said, I used to break at least 2 sticks a week, just smashing on the boards, going crazy. Oh, like that's how I sound now, but like 10x amplified.
Yeah.
And I used to actually scare kids away.
Okay.
And you don't grow like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I found that fine line of coaching and screaming and put it together as one. I think that's a perfect formula.
No, yeah.
It's a fine line, especially with young kids. There's a fine line, building. You can't just, first session, the kid comes, you're going to go out there and go, "Ah." The kid's going to say, "Okay, buddy, mom, dad,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, this guy's a nut job."
Mm-hmm.
For me, my biggest thing is when they first come in, new kids, and their evaluation session,
Okay.
get them going. I smooth them into it. And then one day they come on the ice and bang, it's crazy. But you know what? The kid doesn't get scared because I know most
You start slowly molding him into that.
instead of just going into diving like a crazy person.
It's probably going to take so much more.
They're kids. A lot of my students are 4, 5, 6, 7 years old.
They're tiny, man.
They're little babies.
Yeah.
They don't understand what he's like. They don't understand the drill. It's not their fault. It's their brain's not developed yet.
Mhm.
They can't even count to 20. You're gonna teach a kid how to do a whole drill.
Yeah.
Also,
So with that, even that, like, did it take time for you to learn to navigate with, like, it takes to take more time with some certain kids, like, to make them understand, or even how you explain a drill? How did you play with that? Like,
yeah. So going back to what I said before, I do think it's important to what I said, where it makes a good coach and a great coach is knowing what you have on the ice and creating a good product out of it. So you gotta change your styles. Some kids, you won't even hear me open my mouth on the ice.
okay,
I would just stay silent because a couple of students are very, very sensitive, extremely sensitive kids.
okay,
For whatever reason, you raise your voice, they're going to just cry and get off the ice.
yeah,
And I don't want that. My job is, of course, to get your kid better, but at the end of the day, have fun and enjoy. Like I say, enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Enjoy life. I've recently, the past couple of years, I went through certain stuff, some personal stuff. Biggest thing was, which I don't want to, we're not going to dive into off topic here, but like, which I'm perfectly okay saying it openly. My dad passed away in 2021, okay?
Yeah.
You know, like when you see that, I think it really, really opens your eyes to what life is and you know, enjoying the sports and enjoying the things you have around us, and it gives you no option to succeed. Seeing my mom going through tough times, paying things, seeing the pain, you know, like I think that's part of going back to staying in the hockey topic. That's part of why I'm so motivated. It's because I feel like I have no other option. There's like, when both parents are around, I feel like it's, right? I want it. I want this. I want to build this. I want to have that. But when you tell a dying man, okay, I'm going to build something great in honor of you, and that guy's your best friend, let me tell you, that fire is, it's never ending, and it's a different spark.
No, it's great.
Spark.
I feel like it molded you so good in a way that, like, you definitely probably did this and it's who you are before, but when I heard that you even offer some free lessons to kids, and it's definitely good. We need some people like that. You know, you're not in this, it shows that you're not in this just for money. You want, like, to mold some great kids and, like, prepare them for the future.
I'm a big, like I said, going back to changing my way of thinking is, you know, sometimes you gotta take a couple steps back to take like 10 forward, right?
Yeah.
So maybe by offering those 2 or 3 kids free sessions, you might have those clients around for an extra 10 years.
Literally.
Because they're gonna be loyal to you. They remember, okay, I literally have some clients that just, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say training is cheap, especially private training. We pay a ridiculous amount for ice rates, which is perfectly understandable. Not only with demand, but with
is the sport, I thought.
Cost of running. Yeah, hockey's a rich man's sport. But some parents just can't afford that $240 an hour. That's not going. That's cost ice training, but that's a lot of money. For example, for 1 hour, and not all the parents can afford it. So, you know, when you got to make that, there's very few people I do this for. Whenever you got to make that switch, you gotta have a heart too. You can't. We're humans.
Yeah. So like, consider how they feel. Like, it starts to see, like, everyone's situation. Yeah. And for you to adapt to all that.
Exactly.
Go for it. Take some water. I want to speak also a bit more about, like, hockey. We're gonna hop on the hockey side and, like, not just the training. So when the kids come, that I'm always curious about. How do you even take care of these things? Like, when they come, you say, okay, this might be your best position, or do they come here, they already know what position they want to play, or, like, for equipment, do you go with, like, the equipment they have? Like, how does that work?
So for position-wise, the kids kind of figure out themselves. What they want to be, forward, defense. And say in a class setting, obviously, if it's a defensive clinic, we'll do these stuff. If it's forward stuff, we'll do forward clinics. Obviously, privates, that's when you get more specific. Okay, one of my students is a defenseman. Okay, we're going to focus on D work today. If it's one-on-one, if he's a forward, okay, we're going to focus on forwards. What's his weakness? That's what we're going to work on, obviously, to help him excel.
This first.
Equipment-wise, parents ask me all the time, but I'm just going to recommend the most expensive thing, because that's. But you know what, like, I'm going to say, my son wants CCM skates, all right, so go buy him CCM skates. My son wants this skate, I'm going to go buy that skate, Bauer, whatever. There's all kinds of hockey brands out there. Whatever you feel comfortable wearing, go wear. Like, a stick and a skate is not going to make the player.
No.
You know, so.
Okay.
And now for goalie stuff, I got my partner, Jake Gregor.
So it's mainly your partner stuff?
That's IQ goaltending. Okay. He has his own division running. We have our own thing going on between me and him, so I can't talk too much about it. You know, right? For our own purposes there. But, yeah, so, you know, he's another guy where I met him actually here. He used to work at the store next door. There's a sports store. He used to work over there. He still does, part-time now. And I saw that he's an animal. I saw that. I like I'm a big grinder. I like to just grind. Like, I love it. I love to work hard. So, you know, he was a little lazy guy, and then I've turned him now slowly into a machine. Started going to the gym now, and He's scoring. He's just grinding. He's building him and trying to just. I want a team of guys who are just savages.
Yeah.
Just be a savage. Right? What's his name? Dana White. I heard in a podcast goes, if you were remotely savage.
Yeah.
Am I even allowed to talk about this on a podcast?
Go for it.
Okay. She said, if you're remotely savage in our generation, you will succeed. Because everyone's soft, man. No one wants, like, no offense to anybody. No, I'd say I'm the best thing ever. I'm really not. Far from perfect. But no one wants to work.
I feel like it takes that. Like, even seeing the result on the ice, like, there's some kids that you would go to them. Me, probably, I'd be like, oh, man, like, more soft. Like, just try to do it like this. You're like, come on, like, get up. Like, you talk to him as if, like, and I saw some of them, like, they're confident, like, they want to go hard.
Yeah, so when the kids first come to me, I'm telling you, some of the kids have no confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I forget about skill-wise. It's all about, at that age, it's all 5 to 8 years old. It's all mental.
Exactly. It's not just skill, yeah.
So I'm going to sound like a crazy person, but I'm really not. But I try to break each kid mentally at least one time.
Mm-hmm.
So every one of my students, they have cried at least one time on the ice with me.
Okay.
And the reason why, it's not because I'm a crazy guy and like to make people cry. It's because I feel like once we have cried and we have broken the kid mentally, we just hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
We just hit rock bottom.
Now you can build them up.
Now we can build them up.
Mm.
Bang, 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 bang. And the kid you saw, you guys filmed on Saturday, there's one kid, Avery.
Okay.
My really good students. That kid came in last year, couldn't shoot a puck, couldn't skate. And, we've built him I've molded this kid into a machine. He'll shoot a goal. He'll go score in a game now. Because I've molded him to be a little bit like a crazy player.
Yeah.
It's time now how he scores. Like, kid's 6 years old, he's doing that. Like, he's fearless.
Yeah.
He's fearless. And that, I love that. They're fearless. They're not scared. Now the kids, he's excelling well. He's one of the best players on this team. And I'm not saying it's because of me. It's all because of the way we molded him where no one could break him down and no one's going to shut him down. And no matter what, he said it best. I have a video of it actually on Instagram. It goes, hockey players never, ever quit.
Yeah.
That's the mentality that I built. That he's a hockey player that he's never, ever going to quit.
It's a sick mindset. Like you said, you took him to the lowest point. You showed him that won't get you much, man. It's just, let's get to work.
Down.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kids. Us, grown men. But you know what? Something it's not gonna happen. Might not happen today. Might not happen tomorrow. And I'm not saying you need this to succeed, but I think I needed it when my father passed away. That was the lowest point of my life. The lowest point of my life.
Yeah.
There's nothing lower than that. I think as a man losing your dad's best friend.
Yeah.
So just growing. Being back, go up. And forget about business, just self-motivating it.
Yeah,
some other people might have success without, and I'm far from success, so trust me, I'm very far from it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of work and a lot of stuff to do, but some people don't need that stuff. I was a kid where I needed something, kind of like a little punch in the mouth.
Yeah. Up. Yeah. But that, like, how do you see, then do you have those other kids, the kids that, like, did you ever have that you realize, like, him, you don't even need to, like, be as hard on him. You tell him, like, sometimes he's super nonchalant. You tell him and you see him grow. Does that work?
It's more like 10 years old. They after 8 years old, they're a little bit more mature.
Okay.
So they've developed this mindset. But I do believe that most top-notch quality hockey players, they come from a background where the dad was extremely, extremely on top of him.
Yeah.
And, and people think he's crazy, but, I have a couple of buddies that play in the NHL now.
Mm-hmm.
All the ones that they said that like all the stories we hear, we're going to talk about guys like Daniel Sprong.
Yeah.
His dad, we grew up training with him and his dad, everyone always talks about, his dad was he was crazy. He was a psycho. He used to go nuts. But where's his son now?
He's in the league.
Where's his son now, right?
Yeah.
Son's playing the league. And also, sometimes being crazy is good.
Oh, yeah. A lot of the great stories you always hear, like,
man, that Zamboni is actually so loud.
Hockey family is a crazy family?
Jeez, you don't want to start calling people crazy. It's the downfall of everything I've created. No. What I mean by crazy is like, some kids play hockey for fun,
Yeah,
and other people play hockey for competition.
absolutely. But not even to say it was bad or anything, but like just to go back to when we were recording and while you were training,
Yeah.
you were like speaking to the kids, disciplining, and like you were talking really loud. That's when I was like, oh damn, what's going on? And then once one parent came, he spoke to his child. He's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, listen to what he's saying. Like,
Yeah, but
get up and
but that's what I mean. So when I have a kid on the ice and I know the kid's playing to get better,
yeah,
my coaching, my productivity of the kid won't change. My goal is to help that kid reach his best goal.
okay,
But like those kids you saw on the ice, those were young kings. So young kings is initially the best players for their age,
oh damn, okay,
right? So when I have those type of clientele on the ice, well, you know what? If the kid misses the net, he's gonna do 20 push-ups.
yeah,
Because I know
like
that the dad or that the client, mom, dad, brother, whatever,
Mhm.
that's what they're coming to me for, versus a kid that's, just trying to get better. If I tell him to do 20 push-ups after every time he misses a net, he's going to look at me and say, or look at his dad and say, hey, dad, I'm done playing hockey. Versus, but again, it all starts with shaping the kids, how the parent, like, it really depends on who's on the ice. But, like, those kids, man, like, all those, so there's, like, 4 different ages for that team, for those teams right now.
okay,
And all those kids, they all start off with me, and they're all like, they're crazy, like they're in a good way, like like, they don't like to lose, they don't like to,
it's hockey, man.
they don't lose a battle. And I love it. Like when I see them battle, I'm like, let's go, come on.
Yeah.
So it's dope.
But I was gonna ask, like, what are the age range, like in the group ages? It starts at 4, 3.
For the young kings thing.
Yeah, no, like all the programs, like you go.
Oh, my youngest guys are learning skates. So actually, my youngest student is born in 2021.
No way.
But he's a learning to skate. But he can skate and he's 3, yeah, and he's holding a hockey stick, and he's able to shoot a puck. But not shoot a puck. Just the fact that he's able to stand up and walk and skates, for me, it's not normal.
That's unexplainable, man. 3, man.
It's not normal. The 6-year-olds are shooting bar down. Like, you saw it firsthand. Hockey's just changing, and it's because of facilities like this and the training that's offered every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What age do you think is the sweet spot of like learning? Where do you think they're gonna grasp the most like information, the most technique
Of learning?
Yeah, learning like or skating.
I'm gonna say 4 to 6.
46.
4 to 6.
Why is that?
Because from 4 to 5, mentally the brain is developing like crazy. You have no idea. And then from, I'm gonna go nuts. Do you hear that right now?
Yeah, the banging and stuff.
So from 4 to 5, it's just, yeah. From 4 to 5, one more. One more.
We got it
From 4 to 5.
Yeah.
There's mentally is a big age difference. Like the maturity of the brain from 4 to 5 is crazy.
Okay.
Like if I show you a 4-year-old hockey player versus a 5-year-old hockey player, you won't even recognize them. And then once you get from 5 to 6, it's even bigger. Because now from 5 to 6, you're able to teach them some sort of a system with hockey now. Like for example, the 6-year-olds now, we teach them sort of a breakout system on the ice. So they start to understand. And then from 6 to like 8,
You learn like positioning and like
after that, it's just say an Adam, which is about 8 years old.
okay.
Then they learn hockey systems because now you're able to understand and remember, right? So yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't too sure. Like you don't really touch into like the systems and stuff of how that works, right?
Oh, system. Yeah, I mean, when I'm coaching a team, yeah, for sure. But I've been coaching since my first year coaching.
Okay.
One primarily because I wanted to focus on building development team and building stuff like this. And then I think once I have a solid team and have a solid thing going, that's when I'm going to really start to focus. I'll focus on coaching, but that's when I'll say, okay, I have a team of 6 guys. Okay, I can go coach a team now. I could focus more on living. But going back to what I said right now, it's just grind.
Okay. So pretty much now, we're gonna close it off a bit. I just want to know, tell them like your brand. You're starting. What was the name of it?
The Megalodon Elite Hockey.
Megalodon Elite Hockey.
Yeah.
What's next? Let's say I'm a parent. what can you tell them? Like, what is there to expect if your kid comes to sign up with Mac?
That's a tough question. That's a tough question. You know, and like I said, over the past couple of years, I built a crazy reputation, pretty good one, where you're gonna get results. And I said it earlier in the cast as well, where you're going to. I say it, my recipe works. Not a hockey coach, I'm an engineer, and I build machines.
I like it. That's it. I like that.
And it sounds crazy, but I've proven it. I prove it, and I keep proving it over and over again. And I think that's going to be a big part of what's going to make us or break us. Is the more players we develop at a higher level and the more players we can get to achieve their goals, the more success we're going to have here.
Okay, so that's a great way to segue into, I was going to ask you, what's a perfect day in your life or your training life, or even for the academy? Would you consider it academy?
Oh yeah, I'm a scorer now. I'm the school team. Yeah.
What's the perfect, like, you want to get to this point? Once you get to this point, you're going to be like, oh, we're on the right track, man. All our groups are full. Like, tell us about that.
For me right now, the next step is having, say I have 10 groups in 1 week, 100% groups full to the rim without having a problem.
Okay.
And when I do a lot of my bookings through text still, where when I send an email or a text out, everything's filling up. Like, I'm not even worried about a single hour. And honestly, I'm getting there, but I'm not there every week yet. I'm not there where every class is full. Say there's 12 spots, I'm not there where every class is at 12 spots every time. Then there's then after that, I think there's some other stuff. But like I said, one thing at a time.
One thing at a time. That's great. And where can we find you? Just say your socials again.
At Megalodon Elite Hockey. So at Megalodon Elite Hockey on Instagram.
Okay.
Via phone number. Just don't prank call me. We'll be okay.
Well,
that's it.
Thank you for coming. Honestly, like, you showed interest off like the first episode. Like, it was really heartwarming. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
You could find us everywhere. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow. Day in the life, pretty much across all platforms. And thank you, Leo. Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much. It was awesome.
All right, man.